Welcome to the Redvee TV show, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2024 season. It can only mean one thing, Kevin.
What's that, David?
Chapel House's famous car swap weekend is back, starting this Saturday, the 20th of January. It runs until the 28th. They have given me a hat that fits my head.
And one that covers my bald spots. Less glare on the camera today.
Right, Kevin, we are straight into it. Saints are back in action. They're returning from the boot camp. And the question this week, Kev, are decisions being made? But before we do, as we know, it is the car swap weekend, where Chapel House will prepare all their vehicles and display them for you to browse around. The price of every car is reduced and priced to sell, and the car swap price is displayed on every windscreen, together with the original price and the save new will make. Given the weather, Kevin, while your vehicle is being valued upon arrival, you can enjoy a hot drink of your choice, and you will get a guaranteed part exchange price, which you can use against any of the new, nearly new, or used cars in stock. You choose the car you want from the selection available, and you take your valuation form to one of the very good looking sales executives at Chapel House St Helens, including our good friend Andrew in the MG showroom. And they will either do a straight swap, you will get cash back, or pay the difference. What more can you want?
Well, exactly. If you're looking for a change of cars, new year, new car maybe.
Absolutely. Change of circumstances. You might need something bigger. The guys down there and the ladies will ensure you are looked after.
Excellent.
The Saints team, Kev, they were looked after. It all looked really nice on the original photos. I've seen Sam Evans, one of the kit guys, tweeting, "It's not snowing here."
We know Sam as well, so I'll have work next time we see him.
And then later on, you start seeing the boot camp element. I like how they're having to carry someone dressed in army fatigues up a mountain while Adam Daniels points a gun at them, making sure they keep going.
I wonder if that's a new coaching technique. They're just going to have various members of staff snipering people.
We went with 32 players and we've come back with 26 due to a couple of unfortunate rounds of ammunition going off.
No, it's, you know what, it's looked really, really good. I know that not to mention necessarily another team, but Warrington have had Ant Middleton putting them through a boot camp, and it's good to see we've done something similar. And it's not just all been about fitness and getting in the gym and stuff. They've done some leadership things over there, been hunted down by packs of dogs, similar to if you watch SAS Who Dares Wins. Just keeping your head in.
I went to Corfu with my mum and dad when I was 11, and my abiding memory is coming out of a Greek taverna about 2 hours after my mum had gone back to the room. While me and my dad we'll go for a game of pool. We went for a game of pool. My dad had some Greek wine or whatever it was, mixed with a couple of beers he'd had earlier on. And all I remember is wandering back to the hotel, getting chased down the street by packs of wild dogs in Corfu.
Well, it sounds pretty similar to what the Saints lads have gone through that, Dave. I'm not going to lie to you.
Do you know what? They're actually great memories.
Yeah, but it sounds like they've done it like as keeping your head when things around you are a little bit frantic and you're in one of them situations that you don't know kind of what's going on. Just to keep your head cool, just to calm yourself down and see how you get out of that situation. Things like that are probably not thought of by fans or not seen by fans. So it sounds like this has been such a good trip for them. And hopefully, as the season starts, we'll start to see the fitness training and the other bits that they've done come into action.
Yeah. And obviously, Tommy Makinson was talking to the Forces News about just how great a week it had been. Something really different. One of the best weeks they've had in a long time. As you say, great for team building. we've lost leaders in the squad, the likes of Louis McCarthy, Scarsbrook, those sorts of guys who like bring everyone together. Obviously, you're looking for some of the louder guys in the squad to step up and take that team building morale on. So obviously, you've got the likes of Connie Harrell, always a great guy to have around the camp. I'm sure he's been getting the new boys, the likes of Daryl Clark, acquainted with what it's like to be a Saint. It'll have just been a really good team building trip, won't it?
Yeah, you'd have thought so. There's been loads of stuff on social media which has made it look like everyone has had a great time.
Absolutely. That said, Kevin, we have a game this weekend.
Sorry, David. I'm going to have to take this off because I've made it too tight for my own big head.
Should have made it Dave size.
Anyway, the squad.
Now the question is, Kevin, are decisions being made? It's obviously a very youthful squad. I think it's 18 of the 24 who made the Academy Grand Final in 2022 included in it, with a sprinkling of experience. John Bennison, Ben Davis, Conrad Harrell, and Sam Royal all included. Now, we can make different narratives here. One narrative would be, are those four outside of the 21 at this moment in time? Or does someone like Conrad Harrell, who missed out at the end of last season, partly due to fitness and injury, is he a player who has put his hand up to play? Because we know that Connie gets fit by playing matches. Are the likes of John Bennison and Ben Davis looking at the likes of Wanga Blake coming in and want to put themselves in the window of or give themselves that window of opportunity as much as they can for Paul Wellens? Again, the likes of Sam Royal, he needs to have a big year. Is it more game time for him as well? Is it easy to make narratives here, but none of us really know the answers?
I think it's exactly that. It's easy to kind of, without full facts, build your own theories. We know what sports fans in general can be like with theories. They just come up with something and go on and go on and go on, and they make their own way around the internet. As you say, you look at that and you think, has John Bennison put his hand up to go and play? Possibly so. That squad still has Harvey Bradish, who played fullback when the reserves took on Swinton last year at Ruskin. So it's whether he's going to go out on the wing, but you've got potential wingers there in Deon Sambu and Owen Dagnall who can play out on the wing. I think you're kind of right with the players are putting their hands up to go and play. I think they'll look to do that. And it might not just be an opportunity of playing first team at Saints, but it might be an opportunity of, if they need the game time because they're not getting into the match day 17, Swinton know what they're about as well. I'm sure Swinton have seen plenty of John Bennison and Ben Davis and Sam Royal and the likes, but showing that they've got that attitude that they will go and play in this game, which to all intents and purposes is the reserves squad, that especially the lower end of the first team squad as well, who you wouldn't expect to be getting games. Just seeing that attitude might be something for teams to be looking at. And I think with regards to Conrad, yeah, he finished the season. I remember looking at him at Catalan and he sat slumped against the post before the game, watching the lads go through the warm-up. And you could it just looked like he was hurt, and it looked like he wasn't part of that group. And he probably not necessarily in a bad way. It just looked like he'd taken himself away, and he was just letting it sink in that I'm not part of this at the minute because I've not got my fitness back up. Possibly with Connie, that's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to hit the ground running because, as you say, we've got Blake coming in. We've got options across the three quarters now. Blake would probably not be rushed in, I wouldn't have thought. So Connie needs to get that march on him. John Bennison needs to make sure that he's ahead of T. Ritson and ahead of Blake, because he can play wing as well. It could be Makinson, Harrell, Percival, Blake across that back line. So, as we say, it's really, really easy to make a narrative. I'm going to put it down to lads just putting their hand up and saying, yeah, go on. I'll have a run out in this, no problem at all.
Yeah, and as we well know, it's not about the 17. The success of Saints this year will be based on the entire squad, from 1 to 32, whether that's young lads coming in at times just to allow us to rotate. But it'd be really good to see, obviously, the academy grand finalists from 2022, just to see how they've progressed over the last 15 months. I'll assume Sam Royal will captain the team, given he's always been a bit of a leader. But it's going to be good to see the likes of Johnny Vaughan, Redvee's Noah Stevens take to the field. Owen Dagnall, who we've spoke so much about, who's one for the future as well. And listen, there's a lot of young names in that squad who might have very bright futures ahead of them. And it'll just be really good to get back to the Totally Wicked Stadium on Saturday afternoon at 2:00. The South Stand is open, and just watch the Redvee for the first time in 2024.
Definitely. And as I say, looking at that, as I've mentioned, Harvey Bradish played last year. Dayon Sambu played last year against Swinton. Mackenzie Buckley did. And the 2 9s there. And I think that's an interesting one with, obviously, we've got Darryl Clark and we've got Moses and Bai. But them lads have got to push Jake Burns, Kieran Nolan, have got to push them lads. And again, them going out there and showing what they can do, probably get a shot against Salford in a couple of weeks as well. And just keep it in the mind that they can do a job if Wellow needs them to. And I think that there are a couple of names missing, as we've said. I mean, out of the lower end of the squad numbers, you've got Ben Lane missing, you've got Leon Cowan missing, T. Ritson, if you want to class him, I know he's top 25 numbers-wise. But I'm not reading too much into that. If they've been over to Cyprus, just got a little bit of I don't know, like a muscle strain or just a little bit fatigued due to doing something, whether it's injury or whatever, it's better off leaving them out of this game and possibly having a run against Salford.
Running with a gun pointed at you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they might be, we don't know, Ben Lane might be locked in a darkened room just getting himself, after seeing the Daniels brothers with automatic weapons. Who knows?
Automatic weapons. The bleep test, but there's no bleep. It's a gunshot.
Gunshot. Yeah, it's like Squid Games.
I was going to say, have you ever seen Squid Game?
Oh, well, now I've got terrible thoughts of like a 20-foot Matty Daniels turning round, picking people off.
Brilliant. Nice. Moving on. Good Friday tickets are on sale. We see it every year, Kevin. The tickets sell out. Well, they do when it's at Saints. People are desperate for tickets. So it is round 6. Easter is very early this year. Saints have put the tickets on sale. It's the premium fixture of the year. It has come with, obviously, the premium pricing. I know the price have gone up £1 or £2, but obviously with inflation, the club have got to increase the revenues. Unfortunately, it is the way of the world, but do you know what? £27 for the pinnacle game in Super League is still good value.
Yeah, I understand people in this kind of economy and people not necessarily having the money to go out and buy a ticket now, and people moaning about prices go. I do understand it, but you've got to understand it from the club side as well. This is the premium fixture. This is the one that we see our Twitter or X and Facebook filled up with comments, people saying, anybody know anyone with a Spur? Anyone know anybody with a Spur? You can't then undersell a fixture like this. If they put it as 20 quid, the tickets would sell. They put it at 27, the tickets will sell. Because it is the game that everybody wants to be at.
I think prices across the board have gone up. I know, like, say, for example, if I go to watch Everton, a ticket's £50, £55 for a routine home game. Obviously, costs have risen, and if you want to stay at the top of the game, you want to be able to invest in your squad and have a top squad. It is what it is. I still think for away fans, 20 is plenty, given you've got the costs of travel. and all those expenses, and you've got to make it enticing to travel. But that's a different argument. I think £27 for an adult, £6 for a kid who's 12 and under. It's still great value. So don't miss out on your tickets. Get them as soon as possible. And hopefully it'll be a winning Good Friday.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Now, go on, Kev.
No, Karen. No, because I'm going to lead into this. So go on.
So we received a tweet from John Metcalf. Could Super League clubs be offering or providing this with memberships? So it was Manly. Obviously, you can see the great pack that they provided: hat, sun hat, cup, scarf, etc. And Lee seemed to be doing similar. And obviously, Gareth Bowman had tweeted a video of them packing boxes. I did watch the Lee video, and then I looked at the prices. And is it fair to say you don't get anything for free?
Yes, and nor should you expect it. I think when I saw this, I kind of asked,
unless you're watching Redvee, you get that for free.
Yeah, you get this for free, mainly because we
have great
we do the right thing. Yeah, with regards to this, I asked people how much they think that's Manly gear all cost all in. People, and I asked for cost price, because you say a cost price and people say, yeah, you could sell it to us, bump it on the season ticket, which you'd have to do. Your membership would have to go up to pay for it. You cannot expect the club to stand a loss. A bit like people who don't get the Saints TV thing with the documentary. That you're not standing a loss putting it on a DVD. You're getting revenue in by putting it on Saints TV. That's the whole point of it. You want to stay at that top end, you need them gains. You need that monetary gain. But it comes to things like this, people were saying it could cost anywhere between 20 and about 60 quid, I think people were saying. Now, my issue with that is the cost of that is actually more, because that's the cost price that people were giving me. It's not the retail price where the club makes the money on the markup. Plus, if I got a 2024 member scarf, would I go out and buy a new scarf? Nope. If I got a member cap, would I go out and buy another cap? No. Would I buy a bucket hat? No. Would I go and get anything that is already in that pack? No. So the club loses out on the other sales. I'd say if you're going to do something like that, it's got to be unique products. It's got to be, as we had in the past, we've had it where it's been discounts on businesses in and around. So I think Subway was one, and there seemed to be deals every so often that came around on them. But if you're going to do it with actual products, it needs to be unique products that you can't buy in the club shop.
Yeah, essentially, if you're supplying those products, the cost added onto your ticket for it to be worthwhile for the club has to essentially be the retail price, and then you lose the points. What I would like to see is potentially the season card be more than just a piece of white printed card. I know it's basic, but it'd be nice to have a new design every year. So, like, the back of the card this year could be history makers. That one of the images from the film. Do you know what? I would take something as simple as a unique pin badge every year.
I don't think they're going to do history makers, because that was last year's.
That's history in the making. This one is history makers, but the card should be done every year like that.
Yeah, I get that. I do get that, to be fair. I'm just being facetious because I knew I had that card in my wallet.
But Kevin, you do get benefits from being a member. I'm not having tickets safely reserved for the biggest game of the season as a benefit. That's what the card's for. That's what your membership is for to begin with. I
know, because I've also got to go to Wakefield at home. Well, not this year, but it's usually Wakefield at home that I'm stood there going, this is one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. But you do get discounts through the year. Obviously, various bits. There was the home and away kits in November, December. I think they've done it on hats in January, is it?
Yeah, obviously.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You get £20 off your Saints TV subscription from being a member. Obviously, you get the benefits of your tickets being reserved for the finals in advance, so you get the best seats. You get invites to the Member Appreciation Day. You get 50% off your Magic Weekend ticket. Food and drink offers on a match day, various merchandise, free access to the Saints reserves, women and academy games. So you're obviously you're getting a lot more games if you attend those as well. You get a ticket for £5 for any game except the Wigan game. Members only discounts on hospitality, 10% off bookings, and discounted coach travel. Plus the fact, if, for example, you're saying £27 to stand on the West Stand is too much, if you average the price of a membership, it brings the price of a ticket down to about £20.50 a game. I think I worked it out as. That's the benefit of being a member. You save money on standalone ticket prices, and you get a few little benefits along the way. And you know what? Do you know what the biggest membership benefit is, Kev? Watching a top rugby league team every week.
Yes. Yeah, very true. Yeah, I suppose again that's something that you probably take for granted. That list of what is there about 15 different benefits. Listen, could there be more? Yeah, I think there could. I think that in the past they've worked with companies outside. They could possibly push it a little bit more. I'm not going to knock them for not doing that because I don't know who they've got on that. I don't know if that's in their remit or whatever.
It'd be nice for, let's say, for example, if you're a season ticket holder, if they made a deal with, say, Cineworld on a Wednesday, you get 2 for 1 with your season tickets. Just little bits like that if they could arrange that with local businesses. But when you look at the benefits, if you've got, let's just look at some of the things. If you buy a home shirt, 10% off is what, £5 or £6, maybe £6. 50% off your Magic Weekend tickets. If you go to that could be another £20 off. Just £26. You save a couple of pound every match day when you buy the offer. It probably works out good value in the long run.
Yeah,
season tickets are still available.
Yeah, and I suppose that is the main thing when you say about the tickets for big games like Wigan. It's the whole point of having it and rewarding people who are committing to putting money in. People haven't necessarily committed and put all the money in at once. They'll have done it through direct debits. And understand again, I know people can't afford it. People can't afford to stand it over the year. And no fan is better than another, for example. So if you don't go to Old KR away, it doesn't make you any more or less of a fan than the people who go to every single away game this year. It just doesn't. But the thing is, the people who've put their money up front, the club needs to reward them with something. And the reward is you don't have to pay the slightly higher ticket price for this game.
Everybody can't afford to do everything. Saints do the best to provide different options for people to buy tickets, whether that's a direct debit through the year to spread the cost. But there has to be a difference between your membership prices per game and your standalone prices. If there is no discernible difference in pricing, then what would be the benefit of buying a season ticket?
Yeah. I will just bring up a little criticism that I've had from other people rather than myself, and that's Saints have taken some of the kind of more family-friendly season ticket options out. And I know that a couple of people who've said, well, one of us isn't renewing because it will cost us too much to do so. It's a shame that that's happened. Obviously, Saints have got a reason for it. We've not asked them the reason for it because we'd tell you if they give us if we did and they give us an answer to it, whatever that answer might be. But it is a slight criticism that they haven't kept some of the more family-friendly, I'm going to say, tickets. And they might say, well, you can buy a family one. It's not that. There were quite a few more options last year.
Yeah, I think there was options of buying, was it 2 adults, 2 child together, or 2 adults and a child? Maybe that is potentially one for them to re-look at for next year, if possible. Right, Kev, I think that is us done and dusted.
Excellent.
I will see you Saturday, bright and early, as we go and have a wander around Chapel House's car swap event before heading over to the Totally Wicked Stadium. If you want to know a little bit more about the car swap event, head over to chapelhouse.co.uk. car swap for all the details. I quite like this hat. I might just wear it on a regular basis. But no, do you know what? I'll only wear it when car swap is on, just to promote. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you as we carry on our player previews over the course of the following, next week. Oh, we'll see you for the instant fan reaction on Saturday too.
First one of the season.
Bye back. Catch you soon.